Hello, I hope you're doing well today. This is another day of checking out these Marvel Legends, Marvel Rivals figures. I appreciate those of you who have gone on the journey with me these past few days. Today we're going to be looking at the last figure that I have from this set. We have got the Punisher here. I just already want to go ahead and talk about what all I love about this guy, but I would be jumping the gun here. So we're just going to start by taking a look at his packaging. Here, it's the same thing that we've been looking at. It's kind of it's a smaller version of the Moon Knight packaging. Punisher on the side, Marvel Rivals logo, emblem, Punisher artwork. Then here on the back, we have some more artwork of the Punisher. And then a bio. All of the characters we've looked at now, except for Venom and Jefe. That's not Spanish for Jeff. And some more artwork there and his logo. So that's the package there. Nice big window. You can see everything inside, nice and sleek. So now we can just go ahead and take a look at the figure's accessories. All right, here we have the Punisher out with his accessories, and somebody at Hasbro is a Punisher main because he got everything you could want, honestly, just about. So here we have an alternate head sculpt, and this is like his battle face. He's got some whited out eyes here that look pretty sick. Some nice big scowl here. Not really any sculpted detail on the teeth or anything. We can see the face paint is actually kind of more of like a glittery, pearly face paint. And then the hair is well sculpted and everything there. Kind of swooped back or slicked back. And everything is painted nice and cleanly. So this is really nice looking. As far as alternate hands go, he comes with two. He comes with a second trigger finger hand, first trigger finger hand. Comes on him in the box. And we can see all that sculpted paneling there. And we can see some detail in the fingernails and finger wrinkling. That will hold his weapons. And he has a vertical hinge, which is good for holding guns. Mr. Frank here also comes with a fisted hand. Details are all consistent. We can see all of that there. This one's got horizontal hinge. Frank here also comes with these little blast effects, and I'm only showing you two. He actually comes with 4 total. He has 2 of each, 2 shorter ones and 2 longer ones. And they're just one orange color. And they look fine enough. No yellow or any extra paint in them. But next, we've got his assault rifle here. And this is actually super nice. So it's already got all of the sculpted detail. It's cast in black. You can just see all the little ribbing and lines and all of that on the stock there. So, and then, I mean, they painted it too. I mean, it's got some nice gold there painted on and some silver on the rack. So, I mean, like, this looks great. This is like one of the best looking Hasbro accessories I've seen, honestly, because they don't usually put that much detail into them. And you can plug the little effects in them. I don't know if you can fit both of the, I mean, you can, but they're going to kind of be bumping into each other. So he's got 2 barrels on his rifle here. I'm not honestly sure what purpose 2 barrels serves, but I do play the game, I promise. I just don't know why it has 2 barrels. And then he also comes with his shotgun here, which is not as well painted, but I mean, it's still got all of that sculpted detail. So he is all set up to judge, juror, and execute. Looking now at the figure itself, we're going to get a height measurement. I honestly can't believe I haven't fit more Ultimates quoting brain rot into my videos yet, because my friends and I will just quote the Ultimate ability sayings all the time. Here we've got Punisher standing at about 6.5 inches. So that's the tallest figure in the line that we've looked at so far. For some scaling comparisons, here we're just going to go ahead and get out Spider-Man and Luna Snow. I've done this in all of the videos in case people don't watch the entire series of Marvel Rivals videos I'm doing. Punisher stands taller than both of them. Next up, we have Punisher standing next to Moon Knight. Here we have Punisher standing next to the Game Reverse Captain America, and Cap is actually a bit taller. Next up here we have the Storm Arena Street Fighter Alpha 3 Ryu, getting down to about Punisher's shoulder. And I use this interchangeably with Jada as well. Lastly, here we have Punisher standing next to the DC Universe Classics The Question, and if The Question wasn't wearing a hat, he would actually be about the same height, but he is slightly taller. So there you have that. Looking now at the figure itself, this is definitely, in my opinion, the best looking figure from all of these. Punisher here got some extra love for some reason. He's a favorite of somebody who had a hand in making this guy. I mean, I talked about Moon Knight and how disappointed I was by his lack of painted detail when you can look at the art on the box and there's so much more color on him in the art than versus the figure. This guy doesn't have that problem. I'll just go ahead and get the box out so we can take a look at the art here. I mean, like, we can, whoa, don't fall on me. We can see, like, we've got green for the knife sheath and then the different colors on his vest here and like the orange at the top. And then we can see all of that on his gun. We can see these little buckles that have been painted in gray and orange and all of the different colors that we've got going on here. The skin is painted, which is nicer than molding it. Gives it a more realistic tone. And I mean, like, the grenades on the top of his thing are all different colors, a different gold here, then a darker bronzish gold at the top, and then the straps. And then we've got the straps on the side, and then green on the back with some brown straps. I mean, like, this guy, and I mean, he's got brown on the gloves. I mean, like, and then down here, and then everything's painted cleanly. And then, I mean, the head, looking at the eyes, like, I mean, his eyes are so well detailed. And then we've got his face paint with that, again, kind of pearly look there. I mean, like, this guy looks like he just jumped straight out of the screen. It blows my mind how much effort they put into this guy versus Moon Knight. Like, they went all in on this guy, and he was like more accessories, more paint, and he's bigger and he's cheaper than Moon Knight. So I mean, this guy just looks just like it kind of blows my mind that this is a Hasbro product. It honestly looks like a NECA figure, if you ask me. So I just think he looks fantastic. Looking at some of the sculpted detail, I already talked about the paint on his head, but we're going to raise this up a little bit. The sculpt, I mean, it looks just like him from the game. I mean, I play the games, and I mean, this just, it looks perfect. I mean, we've got all the sculpted detail in the hair that's nice. One thing I noticed that is not actually good, his knife sheath is empty. Like, if you just look at it, like, we have the sheath and then we have the little strap that would go around the handle of the knife, and there's no knife in it. So that bothers me a little bit just thinking about that, but I mean, it's whatever. And then we've got our grenade sculpted, and then the undershirt is kind of like this hexagonal pattern that's well textured. It looks so nice. And I mean, like, the texture doesn't go throughout the whole shirt. I mean, but I mean, like, I mean that in a good way. Well, that might supposed to be his vest, maybe. I'm not too sure. But, like, it just gives it, like, a different look. We can see all that sculpted detail on the back. And then his arms, nice big and bulbous, and got some veins and stuff in them. Then all the different straps and stuff that are painted, all of these little buttons and buckles and pouches on his belt. And then we've got his pants that are, I guess, like jeans with his back pockets, a different texture, kind of like a denim-y texture. And then we've got his stuff on his legs, more pouches and buckles. His shotgun, I don't believe, like, fits onto his leg or anything like it does in the game. I'm pretty sure his shotgun goes right there in the game. It doesn't, like, it would go like that, but it doesn't actually do that. So it might have been nice to be able to store the shotgun on his leg like that, but you know, it's whatever. And then we got sculpted detail in the knee pads and the boots and everything. I mean, like, this guy, like, is such high effort compared to the other figures. Luna Snow is the only one that I've looked at that kind of gives him some competition. Like, but I mean, it's just insane. Looking at the posability, double ball peg neck, it does not do much. He doesn't really look up at all. I mean, like, that's as much as he's looking up, and I guess you could say that's neutral. Looking down, about that much. He looks down fairly decently, I would say. Tilt, I mean, looking at the front, you get a little bit of tilt. And I mean, you might get like a head cock, maybe a little bit, I don't know. The shoulders, got our ball hinges and can go about to 90. This can't because of all the stuff on his shoulder, really, but I mean, it still does pretty good. The bicep is actually like a floaty piece. So the forearm is connected up to the shoulder, and then this just kind of floats around. Single jointed elbows that get about 90, almost, not quite, but almost. And the rotation is down here, and then this is just a floaty piece. So you rotate the arm down here, and then you can rotate the bicep so that it looks right. So that's all good. Here on this hand, we've got our horizontal hinge and a swivel, and then here for our trigger finger hand, we've got our vertical hinge and swivel. So diaphragm joint, this one's interesting. So he's got a ball on the top joint, and he can lean back pretty far. About that far, which is pretty good. So he can look up like that. Leaning forward, this kind of gets in the way. His vest will kind of get in the way, but I don't think he would have been able to lean that far forward anyway. That's how far forward he can lean. Out to the side, he gets some pretty good side to side, actually. So I'm happy to see that. I wish they could have maybe have separated this from the buckle, maybe, so that it can kind of come out and flex over the belt if he could get more range. Down here, we've got a waist swivel, which is a bit weird. Like, a top joint is the ball, and then down here we got a waist swivel. Moon Knight didn't have anything at the waist at all, so I guess this is better, but, I mean, a ball would have been nice too, especially. But I don't know how much good it would have done with this anyway. So, looking down, we got drop-down hips, and he's got a lot of, you can kind of scoot his belt up. It floats a little bit to kind of get out of the way. And that's about consistent with the range that the other figures have gotten. I mentioned in the Moon Knight video, drop-down hips to me are only good to, like, if you have like a belt with pouches and stuff and buckles, so you can kind of keep it from rubbing up on itself. But that's about how far forward he gets. So not great, I guess. He's got thigh swivels, and it's pretty hidden by his little straps here. Double jointed knees, come on. Proportioning is good. He gets a fair bit of range. And he's got knee pads that kind of covers it up a little bit. Moving down, we got a boot swivel. That is nice. And we've got a toe that points literally just straight down. And it goes up fairly decently. And then we've got our ankle pivot. So as far as posability goes, I mean, like, this guy's going to be able to do whatever you need him to do, I'd say, except maybe lean forward a bit more. But I mean, the integration of the articulation into the sculpt is very nicely done. This guy looks so nice. And this guy comes in at about a $37.99 price point. And so somebody might look at that and be like, a Hasbro is charging that much? And honestly, like, Moon Knight, I don't think was worth the $40. This guy, I think, is worth the $37. Like, if this figure was the exact same, and instead of Hasbro on the box, it said NECA, I don't think people would complain. Because this guy has just that very nice sculpted detail, all the paint. It's like nothing's really glossy on this guy. It's kind of matted out, like on the vest and on the head. So I would say that this guy is definitely the figure of this little group here. I haven't decided if I'll pick up Venom and Jeff yet. I don't know. But I would definitely, if you're going to get into this Marvel Rivals line, or if you're only going to pick up one, and maybe you just want some Marvel Rivals representation on your shelf, if you're only going to get one, I'd say get the Punisher. He just looks too good. He's so well done. Somebody at Hasbro cared a lot about this guy and not as much about Moon Knight. So that stinks for the Moon Knight fans, but for those of you that wanted just a really good Rivals Punisher, you've got him. So this guy kind of blew me away, honestly. This line has been fun to look at. I appreciate those of you who've checked out every video that I've done for it. I'm posting all of these in fairly close order to each other. If you're trying to find these guys in stores, Target is definitely the way to go. I found all of them at Target, every single one of them. I have two Targets probably within 20 minutes of each other, so I did have to hop from one to the other, but between the two, they did have everything. So definitely go check your Targets if you're interested in these guys. I would say they're worth picking up if you're a Marvel Rivals fan. If they do more, I was thinking I was probably going to get these and then sell them. But honestly, like if they do more, like I would love to see. If they would do a Daredevil, if Hasbro would announce that they're doing a Daredevil at Comic-Con, which is happening, maybe not at the time this video releases, but at the time that this video is filmed, then I might have to hold on to some of these guys and get Daredevil to put up with Punisher and Moon Knight. So this is definitely the best work Hasbro has done in a while, if you ask me. I was happy to take a look at these guys. They're fun figures. So I appreciate you all watching. Be sure to go ahead and look at my series that I'm doing every single day, taking a look at every figure in my collection. And I appreciate you all. Hope you have a great rest of your day.